teams that fall right in between that win percentage of 450 and 550, Phoenix is covering just 14% of their games against them. Now, scoring-wise, Phoenix is 4-2 to the over in their last 6. Charlotte 5-0 to the over in their last 5 away from home. Give me Charlotte -2 in the over, 224.5 in that one. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and slide into our college slate of games, and we are going to cue this up on the board here, and we're going to begin with Indiana at Michigan. That is a 4:30 tip-off in Michigan. The Wolverines open the betting as the 8-point favorite, the total at 132.5. Since those markets opened that one up, we've seen a little movement toward Michigan, a little money on Michigan. We've also seen movement upward on the total as well. Right now, the Wolverines are -8.5 with the total moving upward to 134 and a hook. So once again, Michigan opened 8 up to 8.5. Total open 132.5 up to 134 and a hook. 61% are leaning Michigan, 57% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Pacers are +370 for some money line cash. Now, the Pacers have successfully covered the number in 2 out of their last 3 as the official Vegas underdog. They're also covering 67% of their games as the official road underdog. This Indiana defense is allowing just 64 points per contest overall for the year. Now, on the Michigan side of things, am I reading this right? Let me try that again. Indiana has successfully covered the number in 2 out of their last 3 as a dog. I believe I said that. Yeah, they're covering 67% of their games as the official road underdog. Their defense is allowing just 64 points per contest overall. Now, on the Michigan side of things, they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 6. This Michigan team is also covering just 30% of their ball games on their home court. Now, when it comes to the scoring, 1 out of Indiana's last 2 did get over the total. They're also 1-0 to the over in their lone game that was played at the current posted total as well. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it up, and take the Indiana Hoosiers +9 in the over, 134.5 in that one. Next game, Nebraska at Iowa, 5:30 tip-off in Iowa. The Cornhuskers open the betting as the 2.5-point favorite with the total at 148.5. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing a slight fade of Nebraska in the early going here. We're also seeing movement upward on the total as well. Right now, Nebraska is -2 with the total at 149. So once again, Nebraska opened 2.5 down to -2. Total open 148.5 up to 149. 53% are leaning Iowa, 60% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Hawkeyes are +115 for some money line cash. Now, if you like the Hawkeyes to get the job done here, it's going to be a tough one to get the job done for you because they're taking on a Nebraska team who's 11-3 straight up overall for the year, 11-2 ATS in their games that were on the board. This Nebraska offense is putting up 80 points per contest for the year. They're also 5-0 against the spread, taking on teams allowing more than 72 points per contest. Now, Iowa on the other side, well, they're just 2-7 against the spread at home this season. They've also failed to cover in 3 out of their last 5 as the official Vegas underdog. Iowa's also just 1-3 against the spread in their last 4 ball games. Their defense is allowing 72 points per contest overall for the year. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Iowa's 4-1 to the under in their last 5. 6 out of their last 7 at home also stayed under the total. Nebraska's 5-2 to the under in their last 7 on the road. So with all that said and done, give me Nebraska -2 in the under, 149 in that one. Next game, Memphis, Houston. 6 o'clock tip-off in Houston. The Cougars open the betting as the 9.5-point favorite and the total at 147. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing a slight fade of Houston when it comes to the number. We're also seeing upward movement on the total. Very significant movement on both the spread and the total. Houston's now -8 with the total moving upward to 152. So once again, the Cougars open 9.5 down to 8. Total open 147 up to 152. 51% are leaning Houston, 65% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, Memphis is +325 for some money line cash. Now, if you like Memphis in this one, it's going to be tough sledding for you. They're taking on a Houston team who's 14-0 straight up overall for the year, 10-4 against the spread in those ball games. This Houston defense is allowing just 57 points per contest. They're also 8-4 against the spread at home. Memphis on the other side is just 2-3 against the spread when catching the points. Their defense is allowing 82 points per contest on the road. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Memphis is just 33% to the over, taking on teams allowing less than 67 points per contest. Give me Houston -8 and the under 152 in that one. All right, next game, Miami at Louisville. 6 o'clock tip-off at Louisville. The Cardinals open the betting as the 5.5-point favorite and total at 142. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing money on Louisville and money on the under. Right now, the Cardinals are -7 with the total moving downward to 139. Once again, Louisville open 5.5 up to 7. Total open 142 down to 139. 64% are leaning Louisville, 52% are shaded toward the over, and at the moment, the Hurricanes are plus 260 for some money line cash. Now, if you like the Cardinals in this one, just keep in mind they're 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 ball games, 3-6 ATS at home. This Miami offense on the other side of things, where they're putting up 78 points per contest away from home. They've also won 3 out of their last 4 straight up. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Miami is 5-0 to the over in their last 5 on the road. Give me the Hurricanes +7 and the over 139 in that one. Next game, Wisconsin at Penn State, 7:30 tip-off at the Bryce Jordan Center. This game opened up as a pick'em contest with the total at 128. And since those markets opened this one up, not a whole lot of surprises here as Wisconsin took a lot of money in the early going. They're now -2. So once again, the Badgers open as a pick up to -2. Total open and remains at 128. 67% are leaning Wisconsin, 62% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, Penn State is plus 120 for some money line cash. Now, if you've followed this rivalry, you know that it's been all Wisconsin. They're 10-0 straight up in their last 10 meetings with Penn State. They're 10-4 straight up overall for the year. This Wisconsin defense is allowing just 62 points per contest overall this season. They're also covering 75% of their games as the official road favorite. Now, Penn State, on the other side, they failed to cover in 4 out of their last 5 when catching the points. They're also just 3-8 against the spread, taking on teams over 650. This Penn State offense is putting up just 69 points per contest. They're also shooting just 41% from the field. Now, scoring-wise, 3 out of Penn State's last 6 games did get over the total. Meanwhile, Wisconsin is 4-2 to the over in their last 6 themselves. So with all that said and done, give me Wisconsin -2 in the over 128 in that one. All right, next and final game for the show, it is going to be Stanford at USC, 8 o'clock tip-off at Southern Cal. The Trojans open the betting as the 6.5-point favorites and the total at 151 and a hook. Since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing a steady and consistent fade of USC in the early going here. We're also seeing movement downward on the total as well. Right now, USC is -5.5 with the total moving downward to 148. So once again, the Trojans open 6.5 down to 5.5. Total open 151.5 down to 148. 59% are leaning USC, 60% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Cardinal +210 for some money line cash. Now, USC is 6-2 straight up in their last 8 at home. Their offense is putting up 80 points per contest overall for the year. Meanwhile, on the Stanford side of things, they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 8 away from home. They're also just 1-5 against the spread as the official Vegas underdog. Now, scoring-wise, Stanford is 60% to the over when the line was more than 145. Give me USC -5 after buying the 0.5 point in the over 148 in that one. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, I just want to once again quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And once again, with a documented win percentage of 60% all the way back in 2017, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. And there's also plenty of free content there as well. So once again, please feel free to just finish this video right now. Open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a couple seconds. The link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. And most importantly, thank you for watching today's program. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free information. And please don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage.